Hey everybody, my name is Marie and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you what's inside my makeup bag. I have a lot of things in this bag. I almost couldn't fit everything in this bag. I sometimes have to use two. And I even still have a lot of products that I use a lot that aren't even in here. So there's that. So, yeah, let's jump on into this. Okay, so here's my makeup bag. It is from Betsey Johnson, who I absolutely love. I have so many bags from her and so many accessories because I just love her stuff. I think they're so unique and so fun. So this bag is pretty dang big, and I have a few things that are loose and aren't actually in the pockets, so I'll pull those out first and show you the inside. So this is what the inside of the bag looks like. As you can see, I have a lot in here, like a lot in here. So I'm going to start off by going through this side of the bag. Okay, so the first thing I have is the Jeffree Star Cosmetics Peach Goddess Skin Frost. This is one of my favorite highlighters, and I wear this practically every day because it's such a flattering color, and you can do a natural highlight with this, or you can do full out Instagram highlight, which I love about it. The next two things are what I use to do my brows. They are the Benefit Cosmetics Precisely My Brow Pencil and the Benefit Cosmetics Gimme Brow. I am in number 3 in both of these. These are both really easy to use, and I feel like whenever I use these two products combined, I always have really beautiful looking brows, and these are probably my favorite brow products that I own, and I use these a lot. Whether I'm going to school, whether I'm just doing nothing, I will always wear these two. Okay. The next two things are my favorite concealers. My two favorite concealers are the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer. I use the shade 15 Fair, and then the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Concealer, and I use the fair shade. These two concealers never crease on me. They always look beautifully on my skin. They don't make my skin look cakey at all. I usually do the Instant Age Rewind right under my eyes, and then I use the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer to highlight the rest of my face. Okay, so the next thing is the Laura Mercier Translucent Powder. I love this powder. I kind of have a love-hate relationship with it, actually, but it does work really well for baking the under eyes. I also think when putting it on the skin with a damp beauty blender, it also makes the skin look flawless. I use it a lot of the time to bake my under eyes and to set my entire face. And because it's translucent, you can't really even tell that it's there, which I think is great as well. So the next thing is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Contour Light to Medium Kit. This is the powdered one. I like to use these two shades here to set my under eyes a lot of the time, and I use this shade a lot to contour, and I'll sometimes use this shade to bronze up my face. It's a very beautiful palette, and I think it is really worth the money. So the next are my two favorite foundations that I use a lot of the time. The first one is the Urban Decay All Nighter Long Wearing Foundation. I use the shade 0.5. I love this foundation a lot. It lasts a really long time. It looks beautifully on the skin. It doesn't look cakey when it's set, and it just makes the skin look flawless, and it can easily cover up any redness or blemishes, which is why I personally love it, because I do have really red cheeks and I have a lot of acne scars on my forehead. And then the next foundation is the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte Foundation. I use the shade 101 Classic Ivory. This is by far one of my favorite, is my favorite drugstore foundation. It always looks beautifully on the skin. It lasts a long time. It doesn't get gross looking throughout the day, even when out in warm weather. but it's a beautiful foundation. It doesn't cake if you set it correctly, and it always just looks flawless. It does cover up my redness and my acne scars and everything like that, which is a bonus. So the mascara that I keep in my makeup bag is the Benefit Cosmetics They're Real Mascara. I love this mascara, especially for the applicator, because it has the top bit, so then I can easily get to my lower lashes or in the inner corner of my eyes. It wears beautifully. It doesn't really clump up if you kind of wipe away any huge clumps before you apply it. The next thing is the Makeup Forever Aqua XL Eye Pencil in M16, which is the white shade. I love using this on my waterline, and it helps really brighten up my eyes and make them more alive. And I wear this practically every day, especially when I do a bold eye look, just because then it just makes me look more awake than I usually am. And then the eyeshadow primer that I have in here is the Too Faced Shadow Insurance. I really like this eyeshadow primer. When it's set, it helps make the eyeshadows pop. It helps them last all day. It helps them from not creasing or just flaking away and disappearing. And it does last all day long. I feel like if I apply my makeup at 6 a.m. and I don't take it off till 10 or 11, my eyes still look completely flawless and still look beautiful. And then for face primers, I have the Benefit Cosmetics, the Professional primer. I have a lot of pores on my nose, and I love this primer specifically for that. It does a great job of filling up my pores, and it helps the foundation not wipe away on my nose too, which is why I use it. And it does exactly what it says, and I use this a lot. I use this more on days where I'm going to be wearing my foundation for a long time. But yeah, other than that, it's a really great primer. The next one is the MAC Prep-In Prime primer. This is actually just a sample. I don't have the full size, I just have the sample. But I am planning on buying the full size because I've used this a couple times and I absolutely love it. It helps make my foundation look flawless and everything like that. So I will definitely be buying the full size in the near future. Now moving on to this side. So I have 3 palettes in here, 2 of which are no longer available. I'm sorry for that, but the first one is the Too Faced Power of Makeup by Nikki Tutorials palette. I don't really use this for the eyeshadows that much. I mainly use it for the contour bronzer shade and the 2 blush shades. I have extremely fair skin like Nikki, so the fact that these are in here is great because then they really complement my skin tone and they always look beautiful on my skin. I also really like Mystic Hour and Irresistible, and I use those 2 shades a lot. And I will also use Sugar Coated sometimes on my inner corner depending on what I'm doing. Okay. The next palette, which is also not available anymore, is the Many MUA Makeup Geek palette. I love this palette. I use it a lot. The shades are all very beautiful. They're very pigmented. My favorite one is Luna especially. But you can use it to make kind of a bold smoky eye or even just a neutral everyday eye, which is why I love it. And I only got this in September, so this was actually a birthday present for me because my birthday's in September. And I swear every time I've worn my makeup since, well, except the past couple months, I have just continuously used this palette, and this palette is so beautiful, and the colors blend so beautifully, and it just is an all-around great product, and I'm sorry that it's no longer available. I wish it was still available because I would buy another one. And the third palette is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance palette, which I did feature in my March Favorites and Hate It's video. This has become one of my favorite palettes now. These shades are very beautiful. They blend beautifully. They're very pigmented. You can do a bunch of different looks with this palette. I especially, whoops, as I dig my finger into it, I especially love Primavera. I love that for all over the lid and to highlight my brow bone in my inner corner. And I also really love the shade Love Letter as well. And as of lately, this has mainly been my go-to palette just because I do love the color scheme. An eyeliner that I have in here is the Kiss Gel Eyeliner. This eyeliner is very black. It dries matte. It doesn't wipe away throughout the day. It doesn't end up flaking away throughout the day. I can easily just tight line it, or I can do a wing easily with this liner. Oops. And it's only a couple bucks, which is great. I use it a lot, as you can see by the huge divots in it. But yeah, it lasts a long time too. I've had this for a couple months now and use it all the time, and I still have a lot of product. Okay, the next thing is another thing that isn't available right now, and I'm sorry. This is a ColourPop Super Shock eyeshadow in the shade Catnip. This is from their No Kill LA eyeshadows that they put out around Christmas time. And I bought both of those shades, but this one I like more than the other one. And I use this a lot of the time all over my lids, especially since it does have micro glitter on it. And it looks really pretty and complements most eye looks as well. And then for lip products, I have two lip liners that I use a lot. They are these two right here. They are both from L'Oreal. They're from the Color Rich line. This one is in the shade Forever Rose. I use this one a lot when I'm doing a lot darker color of lips or even light nudes. I'll use this one. And I like how, you know, you can twist it to get more product and things like that. I have another one that's, I can't remember what the brand is from, but it's literally a pencil. And that one, it's so hard to use because it does get so dull so fast. And the other shade that I use a lot is Always Red. I use this especially when I'm doing red lips. That's mainly when I use this one. But it is such a beautiful red color. And both these liners last all day and they don't just mystically disappear, which is why I use them. So then I have 3 liquid lipsticks that I wear a lot of the time and 1 lipstick. The first one is this ColourPop Ultra Matte Lip in Viper. This color is very beautiful. I wear this a lot of the time for just kind of everyday wear. The doe foot applicator is really easy to use, especially for lining the lips and everything like that. It's a beautiful color. It lasts all day. The one thing to be aware about is that it can pill sometimes, not a lot of the time, but it does, especially like at the end of your lips, and it's not transfer proof. So when I wear this, I will usually, when I'm having drinks and stuff like that, I'll drink from a straw and I will reapply it after I drink something or after I eat especially. The next liquid lipstick is this NYX Lingerie liquid lipstick in Baby Doll. It's a very beautiful nude. I don't necessarily like the doe foot applicator, but other than that, it's a beautiful color. It lasts all day. Again, I sometimes have issues with it transferring, but when I have my lips lined underneath this, it will usually last a bit longer throughout the day. I'm sorry, this is another one you can't get right now. I'm sorry. This is a Jeffree Star liquid lipstick from his summer line. This is in the shade 714. This is a very beautiful light pink, and I like the doe foot applicator because it does make it really easy to put on. It lasts all day. I wore this once in 90-degree weather and it did not move a bit, and it's very beautiful and it's very much transfer proof. Only sometimes it will transfer, especially if like you're drinking coffee or something like that. but it's a very beautiful color. It complements a lot of eye looks, and even on my fair skin it still looks really pretty and it doesn't look too light. And the one lipstick that I love and wear all the time is this CoverGirl lipstick in Caramel Kiss, which is number 240. This is the one lipstick that I will pretty well wear every single day without fail, especially if I don't really want a bold lip. I just kind of want a neutral nude. And this one I especially love if like I'm going to a Sounders game or a concert or anything like that, because then when it wears away you don't really notice, and it sometimes is a pain in the butt when you're in the stands or you're at your seat at a concert or sports game. You don't want to just pull out a liquid lipstick and spend 10 minutes reapplying your liquid lipstick. And this is so easy to apply. It's very velvety and smooth, and it looks beautiful on any skin tone. And yeah, this is the one I wear probably the most out of the 3 other liquid lipsticks. So then I have 2 sprays that I love. My favorite setting spray that I keep in my makeup bag is the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. This setting spray helps make your foundation last all day. It helps your skin look flawless and your foundation to look flawless. For me, it doesn't leave any weird drops from the spray applicator. And then the next spray that I use a lot is the MAC Fix Plus. I especially love to use this for shimmer eyeshadows. I will usually, once I apply my foundation and my setting powder, I will spritz a little bit on my face, so then the foundation and powder will really set and seep into my skin before I do my bronzer and blush and highlight and things like that. It's also great to use when doing highlighter. If you want a more bold highlight look, just spritz your brush after a bit of product is on there and it will just look great all day long. So yeah, those are all the products that I keep in my makeup bag and are pretty well my ride or die products. I will link everything in the description box down below except the few items that you can no longer get at this time. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and don't forget to subscribe if you aren't already, and give this video a thumbs up. I love you all, and I'll see you in my next video.
Bang, bang, bang.